Here's what happened. Last Monday, Fox News fired Tucker Carlson. I can't believe. Wow. I finally get to say that on TV. I've been holding this in for a week. I feel like I just had the best pee of my entire life.
All you have to do to understand that leftism is a big problem is tune into last night's episode of Stephen Colbert, where in perhaps the most delusional, self-aggrandizing, unhinged meltdown that he called a monologue, it's wild. Stephen Colbert is actually calling himself a martyr. He's actually thinking he's the hero in this. And he is so obsessed with Donald Trump. He is obsessing at a whole new... Look, TDS, Trump Derangement Syndrome, is actually what destroyed late night television. They relied too much on Orange Man Bad for 12 years and people got sick of it. Even if you don't like Trump, you don't want to tune into the exact same show every single night. Well, last night, the delusional left tuned into Colbert and saw him as unleashed. Colbert was totally unleashed. It was so sick. No, it was basically the exact same show. And even delusional leftoids were protesting in the streets because they are blaming Trump. This is how unhinged these folks are. Huge shout out, by the way. We have rolled out our probably two best flavors at coffeebrandcoffee.com. Tiger's Blood, which is like a watermelon, strawberry, coconut blend that is great, hot or cold brew for the summer. And Blackberry Cream, both 10% off today. They are limited time summer flavors. If you think you like blueberry cobbler or strawberries and cream, these are both a cut above. Make sure you pick yours up. Promo code SUMMER10, link in the description below. Here are leftists protesting Stephen Colbert's show being canceled by yelling about Trump.
Say, Trump must go. Colbert say, Trump must go.
What?
Colbert say, Trump must go. Colbert say, Trump must go.
This is just proof that these people get paid. That somebody is paying whatever this is, refuse fascism. They are completely delusional. I mean, he was losing $50 million a year, and yet they think that Trump got him fired. That's how delusional these people are. Colbert forever. How many jabs do you got? Oh, an 8647 sign. Ooh. In the name of humanity. In the name of humanity, what? A boring, unwatchable late night television show. I mean, first of all, look, I know that late night television wasn't going to last forever. Like, I get that. But the idea that, these people were heroes is a joke. The reason that they think they're martyrs show how delusional people like Stephen Colbert and Jon Stewart really are. Like, you have to be completely insane to think that you have any impact on society whatsoever. Colbert almost certainly paid for this. By the way, Medicare for all. Yeah, who's going to pay for that?
Trump must go. Colbert stays. Trump must go. Colbert stays. Oh. Colbert stays. Trump must go. Colbert stays. Trump must go.
Cowardly bowing in submission. That's the best acronym you could come up for CBS. What are these? Like, I get it. These people are paid to be there. They're, weird and sad. By the way, it's the middle of the workday. Why aren't they on the job? You know, Trump's vile new Colbert smear reveals firing's darker aim. Everybody has convinced themselves that losing $50 million a year is not a good enough reason to stop something. I understand that when you understand who these people are. These people are fans of socialism. So the idea of capitalism and profitability is a completely foreign thing to them. They have no idea about profit or how bills get paid because they probably still live at home. Not that I disrespect living at home, just if you live at home and you don't understand capitalism, that's a problem. As Trump gleefully responds to ending Colbert's show with a vile new smear, a pro-democracy advocate explains how all this exposes the president's broader authoritarian scheme to cow the media. What? Literally, what? No. Seriously, what? I don't understand what on earth you're talking about. What are you talking about? Donald Trump had nothing to do with Colbert choosing to alienate half of his audience. See, if he had stayed down the middle, he might have had 3 million viewers instead of 2, right? No, Trump did not make him do that. Trump did not make his writers be completely unfunny. Trump did not make him make the exact same jokes every night. Trump did not make him take giant checks from Pfizer to push the jab. Trump did not make him scare away advertisers who were not interested in being affiliated with somebody who thinks half this country should die. Stephen Colbert is not only the only reason for his cancellation, he, according to the National Review, is the one that killed the entire Late Show. In Carson's day, the guests were stars, and he was the facilitator. In Colbert's, the success formula was inverted. CBS has canceled the Late Show, and it's possible that in doing so, it has destroyed the Late Show entirely. Since the news promulgated that entertainment analysts have been busy looking for the weapon that caused the destruction, some have suggested Donald Trump, others have pointed to the political climate, or the state of the TV market, or the economics of producing a spectacle in contemporary New York City. My choice is less complex. The executioner was simply Stephen Colbert. As the host of the late night show, Stephen Colbert was annoying in direct and a palpable sense. He hectored, he sneered, he gatekept for a narrow group of people. I mean, this is exactly what I think the general sentiment is, you know? This is the general sentiment, is that he was an elitist snob. You know, he gatekept a narrow, pious worldview, and above all else, he sacrificed jocosity for ideology, a training that never ever pays. Under Colbert's inadequate leadership, the program came to resemble a sort of bedeviled mutt that one might expect if one were to instruct an artificial intelligence to produce a chat show, having trained it solely on old episodes of The View. Not only did it produce the product fail to look like America, its architects neither knew what America looked like nor wanted to know what America looks like. It was insular, smug, self-serious, and worst of all, it routinely committed the only mortal sin in show business. It was boring. Most of this was directly Colbert's fault. The rest, indirectly Colbert's fault. Many of the postmortems have noted that Colbert was obsessed with a particular strand of American politics, and that in addition to giving the show a dull, Manchian tone, this obsession led him to offer up or surfeit of left-leaning politicians as his guests. What has received less attention is that his non-political invitees were also habitually dreary. Why? Because in an environment where Stephen Colbert's of the world have created, there is no choice but to be so. It is indeed true that the death of the movie star system has made late shows more difficult to stage, but in the grand scheme of things, that is a red herring. A media universe that engineered by the ones of Stephen Colbert were always destined to be a media universe in which interesting people seditiously avoided saying anything of consequence in which those who tried to say compelling things were swiftly cut off at the pass. Ultimately, the problem was of demand, not supply. I mean, you look at here. Colbert dubs himself a martyr after his show got canned. Hits back at Trump with an F-bomb insult. Okay. By the way, Colbert is worth $100 million. He doesn't care about the money. He doesn't care about getting fired. He cares that his influence is now completely gone. Nobody's going to have this guy on. What show, what network is he going to be on? Is he going to host a podcast? How many of his viewers are going to tune into a podcast? None. Because they are all 70 years old, and the majority of them don't listen to podcasts. They will not. We've seen this time and time again. Their audiences do not translate to the modern day scene because they're hacks. Their audience is gifted to them by the mere fact they happen to be live on the channel that someone fell asleep on. I mean, lashing out at Trump, he took, the press took to Truth Social to laugh about his firing. He had a meltdown. Kimmel, I'm the martyr. There's only room for one cross, and that view is fantastic from here. I can see your house, he said. He vowed to only ramp up his criticism now that his time at CBS was coming to an end. Wow, what a great idea. What a spectacular idea. Give people more of what they don't want. I mean, I think that is look, if you're going to go down, you might as well go down doing what you love. You know, he says, they made only one mistake. They left me alive for 10 months. The gloves are off. You mean to tell me that Stephen Colbert was wearing kids' gloves with Trump for the past 4 years? Or Americans who chose to, my body, my choice? I mean, this guy is delusional. His viewers, what's left of them, are delusional. I mean, look at this video. It's 200,000 likes. I cannot argue with that. 3 million views in 12 hours. Absolutely incredible, right? That is more views. That's 150% more views than he gets on his television show. The gloves are off. I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. Trump and Jeffrey's wonderful secret. So he's going to go talk about that. I mean, good luck. Good luck giving people more of what they've already told you they don't want over the next 4 years. Yeah, you'll get a little bump right now because people are tuning in over your cancellation. But I predict by, August, your viewership will be cratering. And by May, we'll be near all-time lows. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below. And we'll talk to you again real soon.